telling us a little bit about her success story. Laura, I want to move on now to when you came to the UK. What were some of the challenges that you had here and how did you overcome them?
I think the first challenge, especially looking back, was the first year. For me, the first year in London, for me and for so many people that I've met, is almost a backbone. Once you get through the first year, you'll be fine. I wasn't earning a lot of money because when I initially came, obviously I found a job and I paid half of my salary to pay my rent. And there were days where I would just have macaroni all the time and I would take it to work for lunch breaks. And yeah, I think the first challenge was settling in, making ends meet, but also people. It's easy to meet people in London. It's one of the easiest things, but to meet people who have integrity, who have values, and who don't just want to take you out for a drink, who actually are there for you. That was a big thing.
Oh no, I'm so terrible. I just want to take people out for drinks and I'm not that.
No, but if you have character and you have soul and you care,
Yes.
that's different. I think it's difficult to find those key people in London who will stick by you and take you out for a drink when you've had a sticky situation. Like I had a break into my flat when I was still home.
Yeah. Ooh, scary.
That's the time when you see who actually is going to come and help you or not. So, yeah.
And I think what you're saying is really important. Again, you know, starting out in life, you sound posh. You had macaroni. I had cornflakes and porridge, and that's what I would have for lunch and dinner. I really had no money, and I used to sleep on a friend's floor. So how did you get over that? How did you get, okay, I need some money, or how do I get, to not just be on survival mode?
At that point, I started focusing on my career a lot. I was asking, what can I do extra? How can I stand out more? Because I was working hard, but if your company's leadership doesn't know how hard you're working or the difference you're trying to make, then they will never promote you. You might be the most hardworking person, but unless everyone knows about it, there will not be a shift in your career. And I think it's possibly down to some branding and marketing in one sense. And I was promoted quite quickly actually, so that helped enormously.
So how did you do that? Did you keep saying, hey, look at me, look at all the great stuff I'm doing?
To be honest, no, I would just have sit-downs with my manager at the time and tell her where I saw things not working, because I've always been good with systems. I'll learn how a system works and then I start fixing it or developing it, making it better. It's something that comes really naturally to me. So that's what I started doing, and they started promoting me.
Is that like technology or?
That was to do with logistics. I developed that part of the logistics team and the system and the new CRM system that we created from scratch. And I was really stubborn with the developers, told them exactly what I needed and why I needed it. And after the first initial months when they used to tell me that, no, this can't be done, they actually sat back and they were like, okay, Laura's so stubborn, but she knows what she wants and why she wants it. And that's when things started to run really smoothly. I would tell them what I need and they'd be like, okay, we'll figure it out. And we developed an amazing system.
Right. So it sounds like some of the success skills you need in your workplace is you need to be stubborn.
I think it's you need to know when you're right and stand the ground and not let anyone, it doesn't matter how high of a position they have, don't let them tell you otherwise.
Right, okay.
Because they might not see it initially, but if you just keep on banging on that door, at one point the door will open and they might not even tell you that, okay, you were right, but you will see it in their eyes once they know that you are right and the change will happen.
So, okay, so you've got focus there, you know what you want to achieve, you were firm in your instructions and so on. When did you get quite high up in the corporate world and then decide I want to go off and do my own thing?
I never really wanted a corporate career because I'm quite self-motivated, stubborn, driven, I make decisions, and it led me to making the choice of leaving the company without any security at that point. I was asked to stay on several occasions, and they offered me incredible positions and deals, but I was at that point, I was thinking, okay, if I stay in another year's time, I'm still gonna feel the way I am. It's just gonna delay the process. And I left about half a year. I developed myself a lot, then I started working on a few startups, helping them develop systems, and then I ended up joining a construction industry business that I've developed over the last 3 years, and now I've started a few of my own personal ventures as well.
When you say you developed yourself, I don't know what that means.
For example, the construction industry business. I think I've combined and I've learned business lessons worth 10 years. It's been so intense and so challenging, and there have been days when I felt like, that's it, I don't want to do this anymore. And as I said earlier, I just go to bed, I wake up in the morning, like, okay, how am I going to handle this? What do I need to do differently?
That's were there any heart systems that heart lessons that you learned? I mean, two or three. You know?
I've learned so many hard lessons over the past few years. I think the key to big businesses is the people you hire. You're only as good as the people you have around you, and it's so true. Business is easy, people are complicated. I've had to learn the hard way where people's loyalties are. I've had people who I had friends from back home betray me when it came to business and success. I've helped quite a few people who I possibly shouldn't have, or I've been too generous, but it's all just shown me who are the key people in my life, who I should value, who I should spend time with, and also to see the key things to look for in people.
What were some of the things that you went through, and what would you advise people, entrepreneurs, because they're going to meet their own betrayals? What would you advise them to do when that happens, from your own experience?
What I've done, I try to eliminate those people from my life, because...
You mean go around shooting them?
No, I do have a shotgun, but no. Just stay away from them, don't have any contact, delete them from any of your contact lists, because when someone betrays you once, they will do it again. So don't leave that door open for betrayal. And it is difficult on a personal level, because you put so much trust and yourself into creating that relationship. And you just have to move on, and you're going to have to develop your intuition. And your intuition is always based on your past experiences. So you have to really carefully choose the people you surround yourself with, especially the key people in your life.
Yes. How do you vet them?
I take my time. I think actually a lot of people who meet me at first, they see me as friendly, but I don't let people too close too quickly.
You're a tiger inside.
A tiger inside. I don't let people too close too quickly. I judge people by their actions, and I have a really good memory. So I remember when people say things or the things that they've done, and then I decide who I'll let in more. And sometimes you learn who you can trust by trusting them, and either disappoint you, or you can see that it's a person you can keep in your life and is trustworthy.
That's really good. And how did you get over some of the emotional trauma that you had to deal with?
Some of it, I think it's just sharing with the key people in my life. I'm really, really incredibly blessed to have amazing friends from back home who see me for me. When I meet up with them, they see Laura. It doesn't matter all about my successes or my coaching or my ventures. It's just about me, and being able to share and knowing that they have the same values, and just sharing with the closest. Up to you.
You know, if I've got a studio audience, which I don't really, I'd say let's have a quick round of applause for Laura.